This Fubara and Wike saga is getting out of hand. Remember a few days ago, Fubara said that he will set up a committee that will probe Wike. But right now, this group of people come out and say, Fubara, don't do that. Do not try it because you are part of that administration. My people, they said if care is not taken, this particular step that Fubara wants to take now will land him in jail. Let me allow you to watch this video and hear for yourself what this group of people are saying in this video. And do not forget to like and share.
What we are saying essentially is that Honorable Justice C.N. Wali has contradicted, the provisions of the law. He is a custodian of the law. He's a jurist of repute. So we expect that he ought to have known the provisions of the constitutions more than any of us. And because he has contradicted clearly the provisions of the constitution, we are saying that the NJC should beam its searchlight on Honorable Justice C.N. Wali because he has deliberately contradicted the provisions of the Constitution. And for the abundance of doubt, we have done a petition to the NJC, against the Honorable Justice C.N. Wali for this deliberate act of his. And if need be, we will also, as a coalition, will go to court to seek redress, because it is a clear aberration of the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Furthermore, we deplore Governor Sim Fubara's intention to probe the immediate past administration. The Governor of River State should also be reminded that the immediate past administration was where he, Sim Fubara, served as the Accountant General of the state. The fact that he is calling for a probe of an administration for which he served as the Chief Accounting Officer of the state already speaks volume on his real intention for the said probe. Such actions already depicts a coloration of a hidden political motive in the inquiry, and therefore has voided every outcome or reports of such panels of inquiry. Moreover, Governor Fubara alleged plan to demolish the State House of Assembly, a newly built structure, is an assault on democracy and an attempt to silence opposition voices in River State. The democratic process thrives on the existence of independent legislative bodies, and any attempt to undermine their autonomy should be condemned in the strongest possible term. Lastly, we are deeply saddened and deeply concerned about the report suggesting that the Chief Executive Officer, Governor Fubara, is spending River State funds outside the realm of appropriation, a replication of corruption, abuse of power, and due process. The act contravenes the principles of fiscal responsibility and accountability. Public funds should be managed prudently and in accordance with the provisions of the law. We urge the appropriate authorities to investigate these allegations thoroughly and take appropriate actions to safeguard the interests of the citizens of Nigeria and the citizens of River State. As a coalition of rights organizations, we firmly stand against illegal activities and actions of the Chief Executive of River State. We call on all citizens, civil society organizations, the leaders of the bar and the bench to join us in defending the rule of law, upholding democratic tenets and principles, and safeguarding our constitutionally guaranteed rights. We will take all necessary steps to oppose this desecration of our courts and the noble profession of law. Together, we can ensure that justice prevails and rights of the people in River State is protected. You see, in Nigeria, we operate a constitutional democracy. And in constitutional democracy, there is separation of powers. The principle of separation of power, forbids even the executive arm of government to barge into the legislative arm, uninvited. I want to state very clearly that the governor of River State, came in to the legislative chambers uninvited. He came in with thugs who jumped into the state assembly, broke the keys and made ways, now cut all the chains there to open the gate for the governor to come in. What kind of government is that? We are saying that in all decency, what the governor ought to have done was to write the legislative chamber, that he wants to come to the state assembly, which is the right channel and the right thing to do, not to bandit thugs who will jump in and break the gate, And again, recall that this state assembly we are talking about was just built 2 years ago. So what is informing the demolition? We are worried about the happenings in River State. We are worried because we are a coalition of civil society organizations that is embedded in good governance and the rule of law. What is the rule of law? We are saying that it has to be the supremacy and predominance of the law in any given state of society. But what we are seeing in River State, in the mildest possible term, is not synonymous with modern democracy. We are seeing a situation where the governor of River State is spending money outside appropriation. Where is it done? Who does that? We are seeing a situation in River State where the governor, withhold council funds for several months. Then the governor suddenly, last week or so, decided to pay a few persons, directly, negating the constitutional allowed authorities, provided authorities that ought to have paid. River State government has elected local government chairman. So who authorized him to pay directly? Some of these things, we as rights group, we are also going to challenge it in a court of competent jurisdiction. Because what is happening in River State has never happened anywhere in the history of this country. And it is a complete desecration of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So we cannot fold our hands and watch such things thrive as it affects the happenings in River State. So thank you.
For watching. Bye.